Yes class, this is the lesson Deep Water, written by William Douglas. William Douglas was an American writer who was born in 1898. He is just explaining here an experience by which he overcame. Experience, it was very disastrous for him. It was so disastrous that he left everything. He was not sure that he could come over his phobia. But how did he come? This is in the chapter. See, when William Douglas was of only 10 or 11 years old, one day he thought that he should learn how to swim. So he went to YMCA pool, that is the Young Men's Christians Association in Yakima. Because the Yakima river was treacherous and mother, it was very dangerous. The water flow was very fast. That's why his mother always reminded him that he should not go to the river, because many casualties have taken place there by drowning. But YMCA pool, we know, swimming pools at one end they are 2 or 3 feet deep, and at the other end they are very deep, like 9 or 10 feet. Drop is gradual always. So he thought that he must go to take a class of swim. He must learn how to swim. So he prepared. He did all the precautions. He got a pair of water wings and he thought that he must go to pool, and he went. But because he was very slim, that's why he did not show his skinny legs. But because he had to learn how to swim, that's why he went. One more incident had happened with him. That was when he was just only of 3 or 4 years old. One day he went to California beach with his father, and between the waves or surf he was hanging on his back. But unfortunately, water waves, when they struck William Douglas, William Douglas could not control on the grip, and he came under the water. He was buried in the water, and in the water he could not take a proper breath also. So he was frightened, but father was laughing. But the main thing is this one, a terror took place in the heart of William Douglas. Terror of what? Terror of the power of waves. That waves are very powerful. That's why he was very unfortunate, or he was very feared. So all the memories when he went to swimming pool at YMCA, all the fear came to him. It reminded when he went there, all unpleasant memories. But there is one thing by which we can take the thing easily, that is confidence. He collected his confidence and then he started to swim by using water wings. He was just copying the people and the children who were doing swimming there. And as he did 2 or 3 times on different days, he started to feel easy in the water. He was thinking now that he could learn how to swim. But unfortunately, one day a misadventure happened. Yesterday we discussed in the previous class that there are 2 misadventures. One which happened at the age of 3 or 4 years, it means in his childhood, clear, at California beach, and second one in YMCA pool. So here we are going to discuss about YMCA pool. So questions are different. If general question is asked, which misadventure happened to William Douglas, you will write the incident of YMCA pool. If question is asked that which incident took place at California beach or in his childhood, then you will write the California beach incident. It is clear? So now one day he reached to swimming pool when there was nobody. It means he was earlier than anybody else. Everything was quiet. He could see even the bottom surface of swimming pool. But still, because he was feared, he did not know perfectly how to swim. That's why he was sitting there and he thought that at least somebody should come there. And even he did not wait long. All of a sudden, around 18 years old, a muscular boy, a good healthy boy, came there, and he simply told her or shouted at him that it would be better if you would duck. अच्छा होगा अगर तुम पानी में जाओ तो. And with that thing, he simply picked William Douglas and threw him into the deep end of the water where 9 feet were. And he became frightened. Obviously, he was a child still. So, but whenever you think we are in danger, our mind starts working very fast. And it happened with William Douglas also. So he thought a plan. This question has been asked also in the question paper. It is one of the most important lessons. Either every lesson is important here, but many questions, almost every year one question is being asked from this chapter. So he planned. What did he plan? That whenever he would touch the bottom surface of swimming pool, he would take a jump, then he will come to the surface of water, then lie down on that, and then he would start moving his hands and legs to reach the edge of the pool. Till here we have completed. That's why I have taken it in short. Okay. Now explanation will start now. It seemed a long way down. It seemed a long way down. You all know. You all have studied science, and in science you know when somebody is falling in the air and somebody is falling in the water, the velocity difference is too much. The speed of the person becomes very slow when he go from any dense medium, and the medium was water now, so his speed was very slow. So those 9 feet, it looks like 90 feet because his speed of going to the bottom was very slow. It was very slow. That's why he was thinking that it would be just 90 feet, not 9 feet. And before he could touch the bottom, my lungs were ready to burst because he was not able to take proper breath. That's why he was thinking that it would go to burst. But when my feet hit bottom, ultimately he reached the bottom, and I summoned all my strength. He gathered all the power, all the strength which he had, and made what I thought was a great spring. And he did according to the plan. It means जैसे वो वहाँ पहुँचा bottom में, he collected all the strength and he performed. He executed the plan. And what was the plan? Now, after touching the feet, he had to take a big jump, then come on the surface, then lie on it, and then swim to the edge of the pool. So, first thing he did the same. First thing was that he took a jump. And he was thinking, I imagine, means he was thinking, I would bob to the surface like a cork. That he would jump like a cork. Many of you just when you open your cold drinks bottles, and the cork is very loose, then cork, when we put it with the thumb, cork went to the distance. So he was thinking that just like the bottle cork, he would come to the surface very fast, but he was coming very slowly because of the dense medium of the water. He opened his eyes. I opened my eyes. In between, he opened his eyes and saw nothing. But because he was in the water, so he saw nothing but only water. Means in between he realized that he had come, perhaps he had come out of water, but he was still underwater. When he opened his eyes, there were water only everywhere. Water that had dirty yellow tinge to it. Dirty yellow tinge to it because it was fearing, and it was the sunny time also. So water shining was little bit yellow because of the shine of sun. But because this yellow water is creating a problem to him, उसके लिए problem create कर रहा था. That's why he grew panically. उसे बहुत ज़्यादा pain हुआ. He started once again to be feared. But then I reached up as if to grab a rope. He tried. He thought that anyhow he should pick a rope. He should grip a rope. You have seen at many places in swimming pool sometimes there is a rope or chain at the side of the pool. And even if you have gone to take a bath at some rivers like River Ganga, at Haridwar, at any other many places, there is a chain at the edge. So if you are feared that you could not go to the in between of the river, you can hold the chain so that you can control yourself. So he was thinking that perhaps he could get a rope in some way. But when he tried to grab the rope, there was only water which came in his hands. Finally, it came. I was suffocating. He was unable to take the breath. It is very simple that he was unable to take a breath. I tried to yell. He was trying to shout, but no sound came out. Beta, I think somebody is talking. You must be silent. Otherwise, other students cannot understand what is going on. And even you will be unable to understand. I tried to yell, but no sound came. He was shouting, but he could not hear any sound. Then my eyes and nose came out of the water. Then he started to come out of the water. And how did he come? First, eyes were out of the water, then nose also. But the mouth, means lips, they could not come out of the water. It means he was failed. His first effort, it was a failure. I failed at the surface of the water. So here the question can come. What happened to his first effort? So simply, the first effort was a failure. His eyes and nose came out of the water, but mouth did not come out of water. Then what did he do? You have to explain this also in the same question. See, I failed at the surface of the water. William Douglas was a failure just before reaching at the surface of water in proper way, because it was his plan that whenever he would be on the surface, he would lie down. But he could not reach at the surface properly. That's why the plan was not executed. He swallowed and choked. He swallowed the water, but the throat was filled with the water and it was choked. He could not breathe even. He tried to bring his legs up. I tried to bring my legs up. He tried to pull his legs so that they can come out of water. But they hung as dead weights. It means he could not control on his legs. He was paralyzed. When we cannot control our body parts, it means they are just like paralyzed and rigid. They were firm. They were not ready to control, to take the control. A great force was pulling me under. A great force, it was just pulling him once again inside the water. I screamed, he shouted for help. But because now he was under the water, only the water heard him. केवल पानी ने उसकी आवाज सुनी. I had started on the long journey back to the bottom of the pool. In that way, he was once again back to the pool, towards the bottom. It means he was failed in his first effort. Then what did he do? He swallowed much water. His legs were weightless. They become paralyzed. They become rigid. And once again he tried to shout for help, but he could not get help. So in that way we can write that what happened to his first effort. Okay, now let's continue. I struck at the water as I went down. He was trying to fight with the water so that he could save himself. Expending my strength as one in a nightmare fight an irresistible force. The irresistible force which is not visible for them. The force which cannot be resisted. So when he was going down, he tried to expand his strength. It was just like in the way as sometimes we see some nightmares or bad dreams. So our body starts to fight to come out of that dream. कुछ लोगों के साथ होता है that they see some bad dreams. That is the nightmare. And we start to fight with those things. But that force was so powerful that we cannot come out easily. The same way was happening with him. Even it was the nightmare, he was fighting with the water just as the nightmare. I had lost all my breath. He was completely out of breath. He could not take the breath properly. My lungs ached. His lungs were ready to burst once again. My head throbbed, and the head, it was just whizzing. I was getting dizzy. He was getting dizzy. Means he was just in the same way that he was going to lose his consciousness. But even then, the mind was working. But I remembered the strategy. He made a plan, and he was remembering that plan. I would spring from the bottom of the surface pool, come like a cork to the surface. I would lie flat on the water, strike out with my arms and thrash with my legs. This was the plan which he made. He made a plan that by touching the bottom of the pool, he would take a jump, then come out on the surface of the water, then lie down, and then he will start swimming. This was the plan. And by that, he would get to the edge of the pool easily, and he would be safe. But this time, when he was going down, I went down and lastly, it was just like that he could not reach to the bottom of the swimming pool any condition. I opened my eyes. He opened his eyes. Nothing but water with a yellow glow. Still water was yellow. It was scary water for him now. Dark water that one could not see through. And because of the fear, now he could not see through the water. He could see only water, nothing else. That was the problem. And then sheer, stark terror. sheer and stark. This is very painful. A sharp terror. Both are the adjectives used for terror, and both have almost same meaning. Then sheer and stark terror seized me. Then the terror, it took him in a grip, and he could not come out of that grip. Terror that knows no understanding. When we are scared, we are unable to understand what to do. Terror that knows no control. When we are scared, our mind starts working in some different way, and it is out of control then. Terror is out of control. Terror that no one can understand who has not experienced it. The only person who has the terror or who has seen the terror, only that person can understand what is the meaning of terror. Simply, if there is a myth about all the people that the ghosts are here. Some believe that ghost appears and some believe that ghosts don't appear. So the person, if a person has seen the ghost, he will not accept that the ghosts are not there. And if a person who has not seen the ghost, he will not accept that ghosts are there. So it was just like that. The person who has experienced, only that can understand the fear. I was shrieking underwater. He was shouting a lot under the water. I was paralyzed underwater. The body parts, limbs were not ready to work now. They were stiff. They had become hard, rigid with fear. Because of the fear, they were so weightless, or they were so stiff that they could not accept any command. Even the screams in my throat were frozen, even because the throat was choked. So he could not shout a lot. But there were two things. They were saying that he was still alive. कि भी वो जिंदा है. Only my heart and the pounding in my head said that I was alive, because his mind and his heart, mind was thinking and heart was beating. That's why he realized that he was still alive. Okay. Then in the midst of the terror came a touch of reason. Then when he was in the terror of being drawn, finally there was a hope. Touch of reason, there is a hope. He reached at that moment. What was the hope? That I must remember to jump when I hit the bottom. That he must remember the plan to execute. And finally, at last I felt the tiles under me, and at last he realized that he had reached at the bottom. My toes reached out as if to grab them, and his toes, his feet, that was just to take a control on the earth, bottom. I jumped with everything I had, and whatever power he had, he collected all his strength, and once again he took a jump. Okay, but the jump made no difference. By this statement, it is clear that second effort was also a failure. Jump made no difference. There was no benefit of that jump. The water was still around me. Still, he did not come out of the water. I looked for ropes. He thought that ropes would be there and he could hold them. Ladders at least, or some water wings if he could get. But nothing he could see. He could see only water. A mass of yellow water held me. Water held him. Water, which was very fearful. A stark terror took an even deeper hold on me, and even he was more panically. He was more panically because of the water, because his second effort was also a failure. and like a great charge of electricity. Sometimes we touch the electricity wire and we took a current. That's the same thing. He could not get out of the fear, that fear. I shook and trembled with fright. He was trembling, he was shivering because of the fright, because of the fear. My arms would not move. His hands, they were not ready to take the control of the mind. My legs would not move. This is the effect of second failure. That he could move. Legs were not ready to take the control. I tried to call for help. He shouted once again to help so that he could get some help. He shouted for the mother, but there was nobody who could listen him. So this was the impact of second incident, second time when he was going down. He did the second effort, but it was also a failure. And once again, much deeper fright came into in his mind. And when he came in his mind, let's see what happened. And then suddenly, strangely, there was light. All of a sudden, light was there. He saw. I was coming out. He was coming out of the water. That awful yellow water, that dirty water, that fearful water. He was coming out. At least my eyes were. At least, first of all, his eyes came out of the water. And my nose was almost out too. His nose was almost out. Then I started down a third time. And once again he started his journey to the bottom. It means second plan was failed when his nose came out of the water. Nose was almost out of the water, but eyes were out of water. Now he realized that he could not come out of the water. Now he realized that anyhow his all efforts were to be a failure. I sucked for air. He tried to take a breath, but because he was under the water, mouth was under the water, that's why in place of air he could get water only in his mouth. The yellowish light was going out, and the evening light, which he could see properly when the eyes came out of the water, they were just faded away. Then all effort ceased. Then he realized that now there is no benefit of doing efforts. I relaxed. And when we think that now nothing can take place, so we become very silent. And he was relaxed now. Even my legs felt limp. Even now, legs, they had become boneless, we can say. They were paralyzed. And a blackness swept over my brain. And a darkness was now in the brain. Till now he was thinking that he was alive and he could save himself. But now he was realizing that only death can control. So blackness was there. It wiped out fear. And because when he realized that this is the end point, at that moment we stopped fearing. So the fear was away. It wiped out terror. Terror was away from him. There was no more panic, and because there was no fear, that's why there was no pain. It was quiet and peaceful. Now he was thinking that it was very peaceful. How? Nothing to be afraid of. There is no need now to be feared. This is nice. He was feeling nice. Why? To be drowsy. He was just, mind was moving. He was feeling very easy to go to sleep. He was thinking that the time was now to take a sleep. There was no need to jump. Now he stopped his efforts. Too tired to jump. Basically, he had been too tired that he could not take jump. It is nice to be carried gently. And it was very nice to float along in space and he was thinking that somebody is taking him into the space, just like the angel of death. Tender arms around me, tender arms like mothers, loving hands was taking him carefully, and they were so adorable. It was just like the mothers. Now he thought that this is the time then when he should take a sleep. So I crossed to oblivion. He crossed to losing his senses. He started to forget, and the curtain of life fell. In this way, the curtain of life was fallen, and he thought that his death was now to come. Is it clear? So next part we will do tomorrow.